Hi everybody, it's me, I'm back. How's everyone doing? I hope everybody is okay. Happy Saturday to all of you. Yes, I hit my thing and it was going when I hit the button, so I kind of hit it again. Isn't that pretty though? That's my pretty little chime. Here, you can look at it. For those of you who haven't seen it before, there you go. Well, Amazon purchase. Leanne made me do it. Okay, all right. So it is windier than crap outside. It is nasty. It is wet. And my handyman is not here today because of the weather. But oh my gosh, has he been working his little tuckus off. In fact, I'm surprised he even has a tuckus left. Yeah. Poodoo's here. I'll show you what he's been doing. So anyways, he's here sitting on my lap and she's probably going to go to sleep. Hi, everyone. Yeah. Where's your personality? Let's get that going here. Yeah, there's her personality right there. Anyways, I just thought I'd hop on here. It's Chat and Harp. And I'm going to have to wait before I can change the channel name. I changed it to Chat and Harp. And I don't like the way it came out, but I like Chat and Harp music. Chat and Harp or something like that. Somebody's here. I don't know who's here. Anyways, they're next door. So I have to wait a couple weeks before I can fix my channel name. Yeah. But that's what I'm going to be doing now, and just talking with y'all. And I forgot to get my tea. It's in the kitchen. Oh well, it's probably going to get cold. I was going to sit here and sip on some tea with you, but anyways, so I figured I'd sit here and talk with you, and when I'm done, we'll go in the other room, because it's kind of hard to sit in here and play. And I have a song I'm going to play for you at the end of this video, and it's old song. I learned this years ago when I was actually relearning how to play, and but it's perfect for the little dragonfly harp, and it's called Country Gardens. And let me read to you. It's out of Sylvia Wood's Teach Yourself to Play the Harp. Yeah, and it's a cute little song. I like it, and it's perfect for the 22-string lap harp, and it's called Country Gardens. Country Gardens was originally a Morris dance tune. A Morris dance is an old English dance performed in costume or disguise. The dancers often wore bells on their legs, and you play it moderately. So not real slow, but not real fast. So yeah, I said, oh, I haven't played this in years. And I'm looking for new stuff you guys haven't heard before. And then my friends that I play, I play dominoes now on Wednesdays. I got 4 or 5 ladies that we get together, and I go to my friend Doreen's house, and then the other ladies show up, and we all played Mexican train dominoes. So much fun. It's so nice to be able to get out and mingle, I do love my me time. I like being alone. I like having, just being home and doing my thing, but I like to get out and socialize too. And I've missed a lot of the Bible class. I'm not even going to go anymore because I've missed so much of it. I don't even know what they're talking about anymore. And I've been so busy with the house. Aaron has been here for a couple weeks now, almost 2 weeks, and working on the front. I'll show you pictures of that. We'll talk about that in a minute. I'm going to have to back this off because every time I move in the chair, I'm making the phone go. But anyways, getting back to Doreen, she plays the keyboard. Remember I told you about a little keyboard, and I've been working on that. I've been just playing. I can't play piano for crap. I might have mentioned to you years ago, my mom had an organ, and I would just play on that, and I played the Baby Elephant song, and now I'm working on, It's a Small World. It's very easy to play on there. And the other one was Holy, Holy, Holy. So I've been working on those 3. And I only play it 3 or 4 times a week. I don't play it a lot, but it's just something I want to tinker with. And I think I like to drum with it too, because you got all these different beats, and I can actually turn those on and sit there and drum to that, which is a lot of fun too. But anyways, Doreen gave me a bunch of piano books, and this is the only one that I really like, because everything else was songs I've never even heard of before, and music theory and all that. I've tried learning how to read music years ago. I know what the notes are, and I know what they are when you count them, but I've just never been able to read music very well. And I play mostly by ear. That's why I try to play songs that I know, because if I don't know the song, I have to hear it so I can get the rhythm down right. Because if I don't hear it and I try to play it this way, it always comes out wrong. Anyway, so she gave me this best songs ever, 60 simple arrangements for piano, including Can't Help Falling in Love, Don't Stop Believing, Hallelujah, yeah, Imagine, Memory. And when I saw Memory, I said, oh, you're kidding. And I used to play that on my big harp years ago. In fact, I think I played it for Sean's wedding, Michael's son, his wedding, back in the 80s. And there was a couple of them from the movie Cats. And so I said, oh, so I opened it up to Memory. Let me see, what page is that on? Well, let me see, I got them all flipped here. Yeah, here it is right here. Key C, I don't even have to do any sharpening levers, I don't think. I don't see any sharp. So really super easy. The letters, I like this book because it has the letter inside the note. So that makes reading it really easy. And that's a good way to practice to relearn, you know. Of course, this is all the right hand. There is no bass clef. It's just all your treble clef, which is your right hand. Bass clef's your left hand when you're playing. But they got the chords, and that's all I need. And you know, now that I just have my little harp, I don't want to play big, you know, try to relearn it, you know, all these chords and all this stuff and practicing. Because as I've getting older, it's getting harder and harder to memorize. Because that's how I play. As you see, when I play for you guys, I don't have sheet music with me. Everything is up here. I memorize it. And so, yeah, after I record Country Gardens, which is just a little dance tune, I'm going to work on this one so for you guys. And Memory is a really pretty song. And it was beautiful when I played it on the big harp, but those days are over, you guys. I just can't do this. I can't do that anymore. And, you know, and some of the ladies, they wanted me to come to the, what do you call it? The Widows Fellowship thing, and they want me to bring my harp and play and perform for them. You guys, I just can't do it. I can't. I start getting all anxiety, and I'm not going to put myself through that anymore. I did that years ago, and there's another lady that I watch on YouTube, and she did a thing about performance anxiety, and she'd even mentioned people who had trouble making YouTube videos. So it had to be me, because I told her, I said, I'm even scared in front of this phone. Yeah, I'm scared to perform it. You know, when I make my little videos, I have to do them separately because it takes me 10 to 15 takes because I know I'm being recorded and I got to play it without making any mistakes. And what do? Make a mistake and I turn it off and start all over again. And what's funny is I can't, my brain doesn't shut up. And if I could just shut my brain out, I'd be able to play without making mistakes. But then my mind starts to wander as I'm playing. And next thing you know, bink, where was I? But anyway, so yeah. Yeah, so I really like this. And it's got a lot of songs. Somewhere, Summertime. I'll just give you can kind of see all these songs on here. And they're all super duper easy to play. So I like this book. They call these a fake book. And because it's just the notes and the chords, just as simple as can be. And when you have a little 22-string harp, that's all you need. So anyways, after this, we'll go in the other room and I'll sit in my chair with my Mombasa net and my mandala behind me and my little organs behind me, or it's actually on the side. And then I have, they're purple lights, but they're a different purple. They're more pinky purple. I have those going around, so I'll turn those on. Anyways, we'll get on to that. And last night, I watched a couple of movies, and one of them, I didn't watch these, I actually watched them on Tubi, you know, the TV show, you can stream on Tubi. Murphy's Romance. How many of you seen this movie? Murphy's Romance. It is so good. It came out in like 1987 or something like that. Oh, let's see. Does it say on here? I looked it up last night. 1985, so I was 24, 25 when this came out, and it's Sally Field and James Gardner, and she trains horses and stuff. Did you know that Sally Field was deathly afraid of horses when she made this? So they gave her lessons. She did pretty good. She has a really good seat. When you watch her ride and loping the horse, loping is another word for like running or cantering. When you're Western riding, we call it loping. When you're riding English, it's called cantering. And that's when the horse is running, okay? Not fast, just, running in a slow run. And then you have jog, walk, trot, Anyways, you watch her. She's got a really good seat. So whoever taught her how to ride taught her pretty good. But at some point, you can see she's really stiff, and when she's making the horse spin, But anyways, I have it to her, man. She did really good. And she reminds me kind of me in this because I was such a horse person. But anyways, this was a cute movie. And then the other one I watched last night, I love Clint Eastwood. I like Tommy Lee Jones, and of course, James Gardner. And then Donald Sutherland's in this. And it's called Space Cowboys. Yeah, this is another good one. And again, I just streamed it off the TV. I didn't even watch the DVD. But I really like this. And this one came out, let's see, I think it came out in the 90s. I'm not really sure. 2000. Space Cowboys came out in 2000. And yeah, it is a really good movie. I like it. So that's what I did last night. I just sat and watched movies all night. And then thinking about, what I was going to do for today. And then today got, because of the weather. So, yeah, that's about all that's going on there. So like I told you, I've been trying. There's a couple of things I want to talk to you about. I met a new friend. I met a lady who is she subscribed to my channel. She watches my YouTube videos, and she contacted me, and she lives in my park. And I was with Aaron the first time he was here, fixing all the brickwork in the front of the house. And he says, I was doing some work on a friend of my lady's house down the street, and she asked me, goes, do you know somebody who makes YouTube videos that plays the harp and lives in this park? And Aaron's like, yeah, that's Lori. I was over there and I was doing her brickwork, and she played the harp. Yeah, I actually played the harp for Aaron. He was in the other room though, so he wasn't actually standing. It was Christmas time. And Aaron was in my room fixing my wall. My wall was all screwed up because when Michael had that big mirrored, it was actually a dresser mirror behind his bed. He had bolted it to the wall. So I had Aaron come and plug all the bolts and sand it down. So while he was in there, I was playing all my music. I was playing my big prelude. And it was playing Christmas Tree. I started playing Oh Christmas Tree. And Aaron is Dutch. And he came in and he sang Oh Christmas Tree in Dutch as I was playing. And I just thought it was neat. He's really multi-talented, man. He speaks English, Dutch, and Spanish. I think that's awesome. And, but yeah, so he told me, yeah, you play the harp for me, blah, blah, blah. But I hadn't talked to her yet, and the one last video, she had mentioned she wanted to meet me. So she said that he had her number because he'd worked on her house too. So I asked Aaron and he gave it to me, and I gave her a call, and guess what? We met together yesterday. And I don't want to say her name right now because I don't know if I can or not. So you know who you are. Hi! I had such a great time. We're kind of alike. And we talked for like an hour and a half. I showed her the house. She goes, oh, I recognize everything. It was great. I really had a good time. And she is going to go with us for Domino's on Wednesday. But she also goes to the other senior center over here in the next town over, and does line dancing. And she had invited, I don't know if I'm going to go. I mean, I'd like to, but I don't know if I got line. I don't dance, you guys. I don't dance. I never have. I dance for exercise. Whoop, whoop. But I don't dance in front of people. I have such stage fright. I won't even dance. Even with my first husband, I had to have, where were we? We were at Universal Studios Wampompers. This was back in '85. I normally don't drink, but Jimmy, my first husband, wanted to dance with me so bad that he kept feeding me these vodka Collins. I had like 5 or 6 vodka Collins before I would even get up and just slow dance with him. Yeah, that's how scared I am. And then I got home, got sick, and threw up all over the place. Yeah, it was horrible. I'll never do that again. And then my second husband, Michael, his brother had a bar in Lake Havasu, so we went to visit him in the 90s, early 90s. And Michael wanted to dance, and I'm like, so I had to drink a lot again. And I normally don't drink, but I wanted to do it for him. But I was just petrified. I'm hanging on to him. I'm looking. They're all staring at me. Everyone's staring at me. They're probably laughing at me because I can't dance. I don't know what I'm doing. Ah! That's me. Yep. And again, I got sick. I don't drink, you guys. I'm a lightweight. And when I do drink, I act stupid. So I quit drinking. Well, I don't really drink. Oh, red wine, So, yeah. Anyway, so, I totally lost track of what I was talking about. Oh, my new friend. See what happens when you get old? Anyway, so she came over and we had a good time. And we talked and we had a lot in common. And I was showing her, the house. And I showed her we were talking about the harps and we were talking about stuff with her life. And we got on the subject of the house. My house, my poor house. They got torn down. I showed her the pictures of it. She couldn't believe that house. She said, I can't believe they tore that down. I said, I can't either. Anyway, so, yeah. So we'll see how that goes. I told her, and she loves to play games, and she's a crafter. She does needlepoint, cross stitch, and crochet. I would love to learn again how to do cross stitch. I haven't done that in years. I'd love to learn how to crochet, and needlepoint, nah. But the other two, I'd like to. Maybe someday I can pay her to teach me or something. But she likes playing games. I showed her my aggravation board, and I showed her all my marbles and my dice and my, games and stuff like that. So that was really exciting. I was really having a good time yesterday. So, yahoo! And what else? There was something else I was going to... Oh, Aaron. Oh, so anyways, so then Aaron, he's been... the house, the whole front, it was, bad. The front skirting was waving. In fact, it was pushing away. There was nothing hardly anything holding up the skirting. And after he took the skirting off, and there was only little 1x1 pieces of wood on the bottom, and just maybe one or two, and they were all pulled away. So I'm surprised the skirting even stayed on there. Excuse me. So he took all the skirting off, and the man has been working his butt off. He's doing so much that nobody else would ever do. Other people would just plop it back on there and then paint over, and like the other guy, he's having to repair everything the other guy 2 years ago that I had paint the house right after Michael died. Yeah, he's having to repair all this. This guy took the window framing off my windows to replace them because they were rotting, And so when he pulled them off, I guess they were put in with the original ones were window frames were actually put in with staples. Well, he yanked them off and never took the staples out. He just hammered the staples flat. So the wood never had a flat surface. He just hammered it and put nails in. And they weren't even outdoor nails. They were for like indoor use. So they rusted. I'm going to put a picture of that here. Yeah, you believe that? No wonder why my windows leaked. So Aaron took all that off. He took pictures too, because he does that. He takes pictures of his own work. But he took in the two front windows, took them off, and took the side shutters off. We're going to be painting those. And he's already got the new wood and everything, but we're debating whether or not we want to replace my windows. But we're having trouble finding windows this size for my mobile home that aren't plastic. They're like vinyl now, and we're like, vinyl with the afternoon sun, especially in the summertime, vinyl is not going to last. So if worse come to worse, he's going to shore up around the window. He may have to pull the window out, shore up around the window frame and inside. So yes, this is costing a little more than what I was planning on, having the house re-leveled And I don't know if I showed that to you. I think, yes, I did show you the leveling last video. So I had to pay extra for that. I'm going to have to pay extra for that. And I'm going to have to pay extra for the windows. But that's okay because it needs to be done. But he put the skirting back on. Oh, I didn't show you. So remember I told you there was nothing holding the skirting up? Look at this. He's got, what are they, 1x4s? Something like that, 1x3s, a whole bunch of them. So that wall, he put the skirting back on. Let me show you what it looks like with the skirting off. Yeah, talk about a lot of support. Oh my gosh. And then he put the skirting back on, and you can bang on. He's kicking it, showing me, look, nothing's going to happen to this skirting. This skirting is on here forever. I was so impressed. And so when I went out there today, I wanted to show you a picture. I went out there this morning in the wind. I took a picture of the front of the house with you see all these spots. Well, those are all the nails that had to be recessed in that the other painter never did. So he recessed all those nails in. He sanded everything. He plugged them all up and then sanded them. And then he also went over all the paint in the front, all the wood in the front with acetone, which takes the shine off the paint. So when he goes to paint and put the primer on first and then the paint, which there was no primer on there, it'll adhere like glue. And that paint is never going to come off. So I am just so impressed with this guy's work. I'm so blessed to have found him, because the other guy, he says, that guy took advantage of you big time. I mean, when you walk around the house, you see white paint on the brick out here. You can see the green paint through the gray. But at the time, Michael had just died 2 weeks before, and I was not mentally, I didn't care. I just wanted to get it painted and get it over with so they go away, you know? And so when we did the walk around, I didn't even see half the mistakes that they did. So Aaron's repairing it. So yeah. But anyways, he was supposed to come today, but the weather's crappy. So he'll be back on Monday. And he's going to be searching for windows, because we're really having a hard time trying to find windows. You may have to repair what I have. But anyway, so that's what's going on with the house. And and then the other picture with the showing you can see how straight the front of the house is. There's no wobbling, there's nothing. I'll put that picture here. Yeah. Now the other side of the house, I'm going to have to do one a year. I'm going to do a little bit at a time. I have to do this back side, and then the front on the side and the front where the walking path is. Oh, that's really wavy. So that has to be redone. And but not the windows. So I think I have to do that. But the skirting has to be done. And that side's okay. So it's just this side here and the back. This back is all the wood's pulling away. So that's going to be the next one. So I'll probably end up having to do that because I have to save up for that. You know, I have to take money out of my Social Security, put it away, because my Harp is what's going to be paying for this, and a little extra out of my savings. But the Harp hasn't sold yet, so hopefully it sells soon. Anyway, so, you know, that's okay. But I think I talked to you about this. That's about all that's going on. I've just been doing crafts, you know, beading, do a little coloring. I've been playing my Harp a lot. And, trying to eat better. I'm trying to eat clean. I'm avoiding food, trying to avoid a lot of foods that have vegetable oil, corn oil, safflower oil, soy lecithin, any of the bad stuff. I'm really staying away from all that, and trying to, you know, if I want chips, you know, like tortilla chips or potato chips, I'll buy Siete, which is really good. You can get them at Sprouts. And I think you can get Siete also. Well, I know you can get some Siete, I think, at Costco and also Aldi's. But we just Google it and it'll show you where you can buy it. But it's made with, they're like a non-grain tortilla chip. And they're really good. And they're fried in avocado oil. or olive oil. I think it's avocado oil. Mayonnaise. I don't buy regular mayonnaise anymore. I don't know how to make it, so I buy the this other brand from Walmart. You can get it at Walmart. It's avocado mayonnaise. That's another thing. I replaced all my iodized salt with sea salt and pink Himalayan salt. But I don't eat salt that much. Some things I need to add to it, but other than that, I don't do it. And all my spices are organic, and my canned goods are all, like Bobby approved. That guy Bobby on YouTube that does the healthy foods and all that. Yeah, so I'm trying to follow him and watch him, but boy, there's a lot of food out there that's really bad for us, and we're all eating it. All the frozen foods, in fact, I got chicken nuggets, a brand new bag. Well, it's a new bag. I've had it in there for a couple of months, and I've never eaten it before I started this, and I realized just how bad it is. So I'm going to get rid of that, and I'm not going to eat the chicken nuggets anymore. So I'm trying to eat more clean and fresh, and I can tell the difference. I'm not craving the candy. I'm not, and if I do need sugar, I actually found coconut sugar. So I got the coconut sugar. It was a smaller bag because I had this other bag of ethanol sugar. It's some kind of natural plant-based. I gave it to Celeste. It was too big. It would go bad before I'd finish it. All right, so we're at 25 minutes. I will go ahead and stop, and I'm going to move into the other room, and I'm going to record country gardens for you. It's like da 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 da. Okay, let's go in the other room. Okay, so I'm in my room, sitting in my chair. I'm going to go ahead. I'm not plugged in right now, but I'm going to go ahead and use my microphone. I tried it once already, and there was a lot of echo. I was going to talk to you, and there was a lot of echo. So I'm not going to do that. I'll just go ahead and play the song. I'm just going to play it once, and it sounds okay. The first time I played, there was a lot of echo, and I put the echo part way down this time. So hopefully it comes out okay. Country Gardens. See you next time.